Hello everyone, Only Draven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today we're going to be showing you how to build and use the pressurized reaction chamber. This one's a little bit more advanced than some of the other stuff that I do, but it was specifically requested, so I was happy to put it together. Now, if you find the video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click that like button. And most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be able to see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Alright, so this one's going to have more parts to it than normal. So first thing, of course, we're going to need our pressurized reaction chamber. And that itself is going to be 2 steel ingots, an enriched alloy, 2 basic control circuits, an enrichment chamber, 2 basic gas tanks, and a dynamic tank. Now we're going to need the 2 basic gas tanks here, but we're going to need a couple more for the build itself. I'll show you how to build those in a second. Next, we're going to need some basic pressurized tubes. That's 2 steel ingots and a piece of glass any color. Then, of course, is the basic gas tank we mentioned a moment ago, and that is 4 redstone and 4 osmium ingots. You're going to need a bunch of those. For my setup, I'm using an infinite water source, although there are other ways of putting water in there. I find this to be the easiest. That's going to be a tin ingot, 2 of those, 2 water buckets, and 4 basic plating. All right. So I've already got it set up here. I know normally I show building it, but I have it set up because this one's a little bit more involved. I'm also using here as my RF power source an energy battery with an energy extraction cable, and that is powered by a solar powered farm, which you can see over there. That video on how to set up wireless power and use solar is on my channel if you need help doing that. All right, so you have power going to your pressurized reaction chamber, and then I have an infinite water block, and then I'm using a fluid extraction cable to put the water directly into my pressurized chamber. All right. And that fills up this left column with water. Now, the pressurized tubes are connected to 2 gas tanks. All right. Now, this gas tank here I'm using is a creative gas tank. I just pulled one out already full of gas. But this is your input on the left here. This is where the gas is going to be coming in. In this one, I am using hydrogen. If you click the arrow here in the center where it says Show Recipes, you can see the different combinations you can make here. So water and ethanol with substrate will give you substrate and create oxygen. Water and hydrogen, which is what we're doing today, when mixed with biofuel, will give you substrate and create ethylene as a side. And then there's also liquid ethylene. Oxygen with substrate will give you an HDPE pellet with oxygen as the subproduct. Okay, so I have a tank already filled with hydrogen. Now when you place the tank, the red circle, has to be facing towards the pressurized tubes or they won't connect. So that's an important thing to know. If you just set it down facing it this direction, it'll be facing where you're standing and it will not connect. It does have to be dropped from the sideways there and towards that. Okay? Now, then we're going to get into the settings themselves. And the settings, there's a lot of different things to make this work. Okay? So even without using this tank over here, if we were just using it as a subproduct, okay, when we go into our side configuration, the eject I have off, we have input red, energy is dark green, output is blue. Okay, so that's how I've got, again, when you click on the side config up here, that's how I have it set up. Now here you click gases, you'll see that I have gas and output blue because I have it going out the other side. Okay, because mine's ejecting into the second tank on the right hand side. All right, and then your strict input, which is that bottom one right here, that one is just going to be set to off. Now down here you have low, disabled, high. Not a big difference there. You can have on low or high. I normally just leave it on low. And that one's pretty fine. You don't have to mess with upgrades or locking it should you need to unless you're in a group server. You've already got power coming in. So that's the settings of this here. Okay? Now, that being said, when I put a biofuel in here, that is going to there we go. Needed more than one. My bad. Pause there for a second. So there we go. So we put that in there. It takes 2 biofuel. I apologize. I was wondering why I paused there for a second. But 2 of those will give you substrate. Now it's converting the water, the hydrogen, and this. Now you'll see that there's no ethylene here, even though it says ethylene 44, because now I have it set up where the ethylene is coming into this tank. The way I've got it set up, this will put my basic offset. You can see I have 32 of 64,000 ethylene in this tank. All right, so setting it up in this way will allow you to transmit, or transmute if you will, 2 different types of liquids or gas with a secondary product into a third with a side gas or liquid, usually oxygen or ethylene. Right. Now, as you see, 2 of these are water. You can use the water block for that. If you want to use this third option, liquid ethylene, you can then go ahead and replace your infinite water block on the back with the exact same setup that we have here on the left, with just another tank with the correct gas in it and another basic pressurized tube going in, and that will feed that in. But this will give you a side product, and as you can see, the ethylene is there. All right, so that's pretty much all that's involved with using a pressurized reaction chamber. For a lot of the different builds and mechanism, the substrate is important, so this is a great way to do that. If you're not sure how to make biofuel, you just use a crusher, and there are a ton of items that you can crush in a crusher, as you can see, that will give you biofuel. Saplings, different fruits and vegetables, some seeds, even a baked potato. So you could throw a lot of stuff into just a standard crusher. If you're not sure how to build a crusher, again, I have a tutorial for that on my channel, so feel free to check that out as well. All right, so that's pretty much all that's involved with using a pressurized reaction chamber. If you're not sure how to get gas into your gas tank originally, there is tutorials for that on my video as well. So that is going to pretty much do us for this one today. If you do have any questions about this tutorial or any of my tutorials, please be sure to put them down in the comments. I'll be happy to get to them as quickly as I can, as well as if you have any recommendations for other tutorials that you'd like to see in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Always looking for recommended videos, as this one here was. So that is going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.